So, the SSR9 DSG. One of the best guns released by Novrich lately, in my opinion. Out of the box, the gun is great, 36 rounds per second, a decent rate of fire for a DSG that is designed for mass production. It comes stock with 1 joule power claims. In the real world, it is closer to 0.8, 0.9 joules, which again, considering this has to be mass produced, it's fine by me. The most common issues I have seen online are the tappet plate breaking at the pickup point and pistons breaking towards the back, ejecting the rack. The gearboxes are surprisingly decent and the stock ETU exists. Now let me show you what you can get out of an SSR9 DSG with some modifications, most of them quite budget oriented. There are a few things I want to fix about the stock setup. I want an adjustable trigger. A max model trigger gives you 2 ways to perfect the trigger pull just how you like it. Preload is here, this will determine how far back your trigger sits, and travel stop. This screw will set how much travel your trigger actually has. When you're trying to get the fastest follow-up shots, which I hope you are with an SSR9 DSG, this trigger is a must. Because the stock ETU does not work with adjustable triggers, at least not ones from Max, we need a better ETU with less chance of any micro switch breaking, that has rate of fire control, trigger engagement control, and more. So I chose the Kestrel V2 ETU from eShooter with Bluetooth connectivity. This will help us see stats about the SSR9 and adjust various settings. Next up, we have the hop-up chamber positioning. The stock hop-up chamber has quite a bit of front-to-back movement, and that does not work for me. So a super easy, fast and budget fix for this is an O-ring of 1.75mm in thickness and 7.5mm inner diameter. This will make sure the hop-up chamber will be snug against the gearbox, also softening some of the piston blows that the front of the gearbox receives. Better inner compression. The stock nozzle is quite short and the O-ring is not tight enough, so I am changing to an SSR4 nozzle, cut down to 21.00mm, with a thicker O-ring inside for better sealing. This will make sure that the nozzle will fully seal with the hop-up bucking, while still being short enough to allow reliable feeding. As mentioned, the stock pistons tend to break in the rear section as soon as you put a stronger spring in or a faster motor. This FPS Softair Zero Shock piston with carbon fiber reinforcements will make sure that does not happen. I also took the rest of the teeth off from the rack that are not needed and drilled holes in the piston to make it as lightweight as possible. This helps against premature engagement, which could break your gears or piston. I'll also change to a full cylinder. Even with the best compression out there, the stock cylinder will do about 1 joule while installed together with a stock inner barrel and an SP150 spring. Changing to a full cylinder will give us the air volume necessary to reach more than 2.2 to 1 air volume ratio, increasing the power to at least 1.35 joules, while also allowing us to use heavier BBs in the future if we need. In order to address the issue of the tappet plate, I will use a different one, with the pickup position adjusted and shortened in length, to make sure the nozzle is fully forward and sealed when the piston reached the end of its travel. Helical DSG gears from Solink. While not necessary, this will give a much better sound when shimmed properly compared to the stock setup, and the transfer of power from gear to gear is more efficient theoretically. And last, a brushless 35K motor from Solink with a one-way bearing so we can eliminate the anti-reversal latch, get rid of any heat produced when shooting fast semi-auto, and get an even faster cycle time due to the zero startup delay of brushless motors. I'm going to install all these, and then we'll take a look at the results, evaluate the sound difference, but also the power output. So, with the whole shebang now all put together, we can listen to the sound it makes. As you can hear, it's much snappier. Also, the trigger travel has decreased significantly, and that means much faster semi-auto shots. Let me bring this closer. Now I'm gonna do some shooting with the chronograph, so you can see the power as well. As you can see, we jumped to an average of 1.32 joules, and the full auto average is 38 rounds a second with a fully charged 11.1 1450 mAh LiPo. I'll record from a few angles so you can hear the difference in sound. Okay, let's wrap this up. The price of the SSR9 DSG at the time of filming is €269 plus shipping. As for the parts I put inside, the Kestrel ETU retails for €86 on Taiwangan, the max trigger was around €30, the barrel o-ring was free, I already had another nozzle and a full cylinder laying around, the FPS soft air piston is around €19 and the tappet plate will run you around €10. As for the soldering parts, the helical gears are $50 on their website and the motor is $130 for the advanced model I used, bringing us to a total of €310 for the upgrades alone. That is a total of €580 for an upgraded SSR9 DSG. There are other parts you could replace if you really wanted to, like the barrel, hop-up unit, etc., but it's not necessary as the stock ones are working really well, there is no need to change them. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and consider subscribing for more content like this, reviews and gameplays. See you in the next video.